does Will still have some questions that he needs to answer? Welcome back to Where the Saints Walk with myself, Luke, and alongside me today we have got Alex, Joe, Elliot, and Nick. Firstly, Joe, long way to travel for that game.
Yeah, that's putting it lightly. Yeah, it was a wonderful 500-mile round trip for not a lot of positives, to be honest. I mean, again, classic Southampton. We started off the first half quite well for the first 10 minutes, and then it just went down the drain. Same with the second half. First 10 minutes we were really on top, and again, just went down the drain. So it's something that we're kind of used to now as Southampton fans, to be honest with you.
It's been a tough start, Elliot, hasn't it? It's not been the start probably that Saints expected from the season.
No, you can say that again. I think somebody pointed out that this time last championship season, I think we had 10 points. So we've only got 4 points less. Having said that, there's no signs, there's no reasons to be optimistic as yet. So absolutely not the start that any of us would have hoped for. Yeah,
definitely. Let's get into the game, Alex. So what did Will still get wrong? What did he get wrong from the game? When you look at a game like that, where you can see so many goals, there's clearly an error that the manager's made. What did he get wrong?
Yeah, it's a weird one because the team looked on paper fairly solid. Obviously, a couple of changes were enforced, but it's kind of the overall. What is Will still wanting to actually achieve? What is he trying to get the team to do? And it's not entirely clear because he said when he came in he wants to play this high-pressing, direct style. But yeah, the stats just say the complete opposite. It was 71% possession, over 480 passes, I think, and 4 shots on target. So it's down to, again, creativity, which I feel like we said every week. But also, I don't know if the players know what they're meant to do with the ball because there's no patterns of play. Even without the ball, there's no kind of triggers to press. It's a bit confusing.
Yeah. No, I completely agree. You're looking at it and you're thinking, what is he trying to implement? I mean, I know it's still quite early on in the season, but you should be starting to see little signs. And yeah, it's tough. Let's go through the goals, Nick. So, do you think could have done anything about any of the goals? Do you think there was issues? I mean, Harwood-Bellis looked at fault for a couple.
Yeah, I met all three were really, really sloppy. I mean, the ball's allowed to hang in the air for what felt like a full, minute, maybe two. First for the first goal, headed down. Bazunu parries it. The striker had no idea what he was doing when he put it into the back of the net. Second goal, again, these long balls forward, we don't deal with them, and we get punished. It's a worrying trend for Saints.
Yeah, definitely seems something that needs to be eradicated quickly. Let's go through the style that he likes then. So Will still likes the pressing style, doesn't he? That's what he wants to set up with. And I think it was off record. I think it was Alex who made a point about how Saints are one of the lowest to regain possession in the final third out of all the teams in the Championship. That's worrying, Joe, isn't it?
Oh, definitely. Yeah. I mean, when he first came in, as you said, he really wants this high intensity, high pressing system. But I'm yet to see any of that. Like, I've been to a lot of games this year, and every single game, it just seems like it's Russell Martin 2.0. Like, as soon as we get anywhere close to the halfway line, it's recycle back to our fullbacks and pass it on the back line and go down the other side. I mean, the times I've counted Manning trying to flick it over to Fraser yesterday and failing was just ridiculous. So I don't know if it's a system tweak or if it's just players are so ingrained in this possession style of football. But something really, really, really has to change if we even want to try and scrape playoffs, let alone try and get autos this season.
Yeah. It's something's going to have to improve to get the target that the Saints want for the end of the season. And for when you are a team that are looking to be at the top end of the table, you need to be confident and you need to be taking risks. And I feel at the moment, Elliot, Saints ain't taking many risks in their play. It's very systematic. There's no real approach to go and take the game to the other team.
No, I was saying to people yesterday, we're very easy to play against. Our midfielders have looked lost, weak, and out of position in the last, I think in all games this season, to be honest. It's no wonder we can't control games. And yeah, we're just very easy and predictable to play against. It's not actually a surprise that we are in the position that we are. If you look at the performances, which is why people are starting to question the manager, because I think the players look lost. I don't think that Taylor Harwood-Bellis is as bad as yesterday made him look. So questions have to be asked of the manager ultimately, I think.
Yeah. Let's get into that then, Alex. Will Still. I mean, I've already seen all over social media. There's already a few questions of Will Still out. Is that the sort of general feeling within the fan base, or is it sort of a little bit of emotions talking?
I don't think it's the general feeling, but I think people are starting to kind of go, what is he trying to do? As I said in the kind of first point. It's weird because even though you're not going to get the full package like straight away when he comes in, I think you've got to see signs, and it doesn't seem like there's many signs of what he's wanting the players to do. I mean, the main source of our chances are coming from crosses, but there's no one there to put the crosses in. I think it was Ollie McBurney spoke to the whole media after the match, and he said that Ryan Fraser said that basically he can't cross it to anyone because we don't have anyone to score. And that is worrying that one of the wingers who's meant to put the ball into the box for us is saying that.
Yeah, there's a few things that's worried about that. One, the mentality of the player there is a little bit questionable if he's coming out with statements like that. That's something that should be kept obviously in house and not telling your opponents. But that's another thing to talk about. What do you think, Nick? Do you think a pressure is building on Will Still at the moment?
Absolutely. I mean, I remember back in the summer Will Still was on Monday Night Football with Jamie Carragher talking about his time at Law, I believe, and he talked a lot about making things simple for the players, having a clear message, a clear style of what they want to do. I'd encourage any Southampton fan who hasn't seen it to go back and watch it. It's a really great interview. We saw none of that against Hull. Absolutely none. Echo what everyone has said. We're very easy to play against. The players don't look like they know what they're doing, and the tactical adjustments haven't been there. So I'm not, I don't think the general sense is Will Still's time is up, but the clock is ticking. Even if the results don't come, an identity and even some passion and aggression need to start being shown. Otherwise, we're going to be in trouble.
Yeah, no, I can't argue with anything that you just said there. Let's try and get a little bit of positivity into the chat. You did score, Elliot, and Adam Armstrong. It was a nice little finish, chest on the turn, on the volley. It's nice to get him up and amongst the goals. He's someone who, if you are going to get promoted, he's going to be important to get the goals.
Yeah, true. But as we've discussed at length before, he doesn't work up front on his own. And as everyone else has said, the tactic seems to be sort of cross and hope. We don't really have the striker for that. Adam Armstrong works best as a winger, but Will Still doesn't seem to like to play him there. It was a nice consolation goal, and he took it well. It was a really good finish, but sort of too little, too late, really. I'm kind of making a negative out of a positive here, but I don't really know.
I'm trying it, guys.
I know. It's drawing blood out of a stone, isn't it? But I don't know. I'm at a loss, really. I've just realised as well. The brightest spark of this season has arguably been Jay Robinson, and for some reason, since the end of the transfer window, he's sort of fallen out of favour and he's been dropped. And I don't really understand why, which puts another question mark over Will Still, because he's been our best winger. I think he scored 2 goals, so he's our highest scoring attacking player, I think. And he's been dropped for some reason. So again, question marks have to be asked. But it was a nice finish. It's just a shame that it was in the 95th minute and the game was done.
Yeah. So I think that's a good point, actually, Elliot. Like you're talking about a player that started the season really well in Jay Robinson, and he's kind of been left on the back burner a little bit. What do you think that's all about, Joe? Is that trying to make him not overuse him, etc. Try and make him not burn out? Is he trying to protect the player a little bit? But I mean, you've got to win games, haven't you?
Yeah, I don't think it really is. I think it's just, well, I don't really know. It is confusing to me because you've got a player there that, yes, he's only 18, but he's shown way more positivity than any of our other wingers have since the start of the season. As you said, he's got 2 goals. He's a high-scoring attacking player, and he's just come out of the team, and it's just baffling to me. I can't understand what he's thinking. To think, oh, Ryan Fraser's going to be a better option on the wing, or Fellows has come in and looked decent, but he was pretty poor against Pompey, and he looked okay against Hull, but Fraser doesn't really offer much. So, yeah, I don't really understand what this whole thing with Robinson is, to be honest.
Yeah, it is a bit of a confusing one. That leads us on nicely, though, to the next segment. So let's forget the game. I'm sure we all would like to forget the game. So let's forget the game. Let's move on to what I'd like to look at. We're obviously a good few games into the season now, to the start of the season, first sort of chunk. I want to look back over the first start of the season. Who has impressed you? Who's been your favourite player so far to wear a Saints shirt? We'll start with you, Nick. Who's impressed you so far?
Maybe nobody. No, I'll say Jay Robinson. I think he's been really good, really positive. His goal that he took against Ipswich, great header, great movement in the box, and at only 18, he's got a lot of improvement ahead of him. So I'll say Jay Robinson. Yeah,
I think that's going to be a popular vote. I think, Nick. What about you, Elliot? Who would you go with?
I'm going to go a bit left field here and say Ryan Manning. In addition to his 2 free kicks, I think he's looked a lot more defensively solid. And yeah, I don't know. I've been quietly impressed with him so far. Shea Charles as well, I think, deserves a shout. He's yet to form a good midfield partnership with Flynn Downs, but on his own, I think he's looked really impressive.
Yeah, I think that's a good shout. I mean, he's got a sweet left peg, hasn't he, old Manning? Alex, what about you, mate?
Yeah, I'd agree on Shea Charles. He was kind of who I was thinking of. I think he hasn't put a foot wrong really this season. I think he's good at winning the ball back, but he's also quite technically there as well. I think that probably comes from him being at Man City's academy. And another one, I don't know, maybe I'm being a bit, I don't know, maybe I'm just searching for an answer here, but I think Jack Stevens has been quite good this season. I don't think he's made any mistakes that I can think of, and yeah, he's been fairly solid at centre back, where all the other centre backs have made mistakes that we've played bar Wood. So yeah, I'd go Stevens as well.
Yeah. So I think since his involvement in Tweet of the Week of being called a despicable human, I think since then he's picked up a little bit, hasn't he? So maybe he was watching and he was giving a 2 fingers up to whoever wrote that in. Joe, what about you, mate? Who's your favourite player so far this season?
I mean, we're scraping at the bottom of the barrel to try and find the best player of the season. So I'm going to echo what both Alex and Elliot said, and I think it is a toss-up between, and I never thought I'd say this, but Jack Stevens and Shea Charles. Charles, I think more so because although he hasn't formed a great partnership with either Yander or Downs, I think on his own, on his day, he is one of the best midfielders in this division. And I never quite thought I'd be saying this about Jack Stevens, but he actually looks quite assured. Other than a few occasions where he's played his centre-backs into the ground stuff a few times, he's kind of looked quite assured at the back, and if we do concede, he's calming everyone down and he's saying, right, let's reset and let's go again. Obviously, yesterday it didn't really work too well, but yeah, I would go with either one of those two, to be honest.
Okay. I'm happy you brought up any names.
Can I throw?
It was a right struggle to find someone, that's for sure.
Can I throw another wild card into the mix?
Yeah, go for it.
I want to give Alex McCarthy a shout because Bazunu looked shaky, to put it lightly. And I think in both the cup games, Alex McCarthy's kept a clean sheet in both his appearances, and he kept us in the game in the Norwich away game. I wouldn't mind seeing him replace Bazunu in goal. To be honest, I think he brings a calmness and experience at the back. Maybe that's what we need at the moment. I've been quietly impressed with him as well. To be honest,
we'll probably see him at Anfield on Tuesday, eh? So we'll probably see him at Anfield on Tuesday, eh? So let's see how we feel after that.
God. Yeah, I'll be eating my words, won't I, next week?
Well,
yeah.
Game, couldn't it? I tell you what though, that's the games. If you're struggling to get into the starting 11 in the league football, and you have a great game against a team like Liverpool in the cup, then that's then where you start to get the manager's attention. So not a bad shout. Right, we're on to tweet of the week, and I think we all sort of know what it's going to be regarding, and it is 3 words: will still out. Right, we had a little bit of a chat about that previously, so we'll let the lads who haven't had a chat about it to have their words said. Elliot, what are you thinking? Is it too early for Will still to be out, or how are you feeling?
Well, my heart is telling me we've looked terrible. The players look lost. There's no clear tactics or ideology. What the hell is he doing? Now, my head is telling me it's only been 6 games. The players are still gelling. We need to give him more time. And, they're still clearly kind of traumatized from last season. So they need time to gel. But how do you balance that? The sort of time that you need to give someone to try and prove themselves versus the kind of results and performances that we are seeing. And the results and performances we are seeing are just, they're not encouraging. I think we're sitting
19th.
1 point above. In fact, we're only above Derby County because of goal difference on 22nd. So
bloody hell.
6 games. That's not. But God,
yeah,
it's not looking good, is it? We could do a Luton, or a Sunderland, like they did a few years ago. It's not impossible, and I think that sometimes it's better. Like, look what Sheffield United did. They said after 5 games, Sellers, it's not working out. You're gone. Bought back Wilder. Admittedly, they lost their first game, didn't they? But I don't know. I'm leaning towards out because I've just not seen anything that has inspired any confidence in me. Under Martin, I was inspired after the first game, in fact, Sheffield Wednesday away. But with Will Still, it's just very questionable, isn't it?
Yeah. What about you, Joe? If you aren't Will Still out now, how long do you give him, or are you Will Still out now?
I'm not. It is a tough one because I want to give him a chance because I think sacking a manager so quickly is damaging. But on the flip side, there is no identity. There's no real tactical ability there, really. As Elliot said, the players look completely lost. They have no idea what's going on. To me, it just seems like a ginger version of Nathan Jones' football, which last time that happened, that was just atrocious. I would give him probably until So we got Borough, Sheffield United, and Derby next. I would probably give him until after the Sheffield United game if I'm feeling really nice. But we need to put in a decent performance against a team that are top of the league and hope that some God green miracle goes for us against Sheffield United. Otherwise, get him out and get Danny rolling, because at least you've got that high pressing intensity. He knows the club from being Hasenhutl's assistant, and he worked wonders with a pretty rubbish Sheffield Wednesday team for a couple of seasons and got them playing some very good football. So that would be definitely my pick if we were to sack him. But
yeah. I think that's probably again looking over socials, etc. I think Danny Rowe's a popular candidate if Will Still was to leave the role. But well done guys. We got through it. It was a tough one to do today. let's hope for a lot more positivity going forward. Thank you guys, and thank you for watching, everybody. Please like and subscribe and get involved in the comments below.